garden center.
It is? Cool. We still drink the water.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. Okay, this is our section down here is of perennials.
Oh, it's really raining.
It is really raining. Holy smokes.
That is extremely good.
Yeah, we need the rain, don't we? It's definitely raining pretty hard.
This is gonna flood the road. A guy's running to his car.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be the reveal of our side garden area that I've been working on for 5 weeks. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, look for those, watch those, and you can see the before pictures and how crazy, out of control, overgrown, gross looking this part of the garden looked before we started this little project. So last night I was editing part 2 and I told myself, okay, I started this project over a month ago. I need to finish this thing up. So I told myself last night, I am gonna go to Home Depot and get a few plants to supplement what I already want to get from the garden and bring up here. And then I have 2 dahlias that my sister-in-law gave me. I'm like, that's plenty of plants. If I get 3 to 5 plants, that'll be a good start. We already got the mulch last weekend, so we're ready to rock and roll. The sky was overcast, it looked fine, and then all of a sudden we get to Home Depot, we get in, I get the baby in a cart, and it just downpours. And you guys know that the garden center is outside, open, not covered. So we waited like 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm like, we are here, this is happening. Like, I'm not turning around and going home. And I think I irritated the cashier because he's like, it's lightning. And I'm like, I'm getting my plants. I ended up getting 5 plants. So my plan was to put myself on a budget of $50. $50 can go a long way with some plants, but not really with perennials. Perennials tend to be a little bit more expensive because, as you know, a perennial is something that does well in your climate. And so it will come back year after year, where annuals do not perform well. They either don't overwinter or it gets too hot for too long, and so they die off. All plants are perennials somewhere, right? Every plant goes through a life cycle and then dies back and then comes back. So just because it's a perennial in our zone doesn't mean it's a perennial elsewhere. So for us, I don't know, a black-eyed Susan is a perennial, but it's not somewhere else because it gets too hot for too long, or it gets too cold and it can never do its full cycle. All right, so $50 isn't a huge budget. I actually advanced myself this cash because I am making some sales that are in the works. Actually, there's somebody coming in an hour to pick up something that I'm selling. So I put myself on a budget. I am a firm believer that everybody should be on some kind of budget, no matter what your income. I'm not talking about frugality. I'm just talking about keeping yourself in check and making sure that you know where your money is going, every single dollar, and making it work for you instead of you working for it. I could go on and on about this because John and I went through some ups and downs, and finally we became debt-free about 1.5 years ago after some huge sacrifices, creating a budget, and I was able to leave my job and stay at home with our kids and homeschool because we became very conscientious of the budget and what it can do for you if you stick to it and factor in how you live your life. Anyways, that's another video for another time. But today I am going to wait for this lady to come pick up her stuff, and I am going to wait for this rain to pass, and then I am headed into this bed over here, and I'm going to get this stuff in the ground, get it mulched, and that is going to be that. So this is the last thing I will say before we go into a time lapse of me doing that, and then I will chat with you at the end about the final reveal, what my thoughts are about it. We'll see you at the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching, and here we go into time lapse. This is not great. This is not what you want to see in your plants. I am actually going to take the bottom off, and then I'm just going to squeeze it as much as I can to encourage those roots to go out so that they know they are no longer in that pot. But if this one dies, you bet your bottom dollar I'm taking it back to Home Depot and get my money back, because that's too much. Ready? The final reveal. So there it is, the final reveal. There's a few plants that I saved from the original planting, but mostly everything came out of here. It's proof that you can cut things down to the ground and they will still come back. Those had no flowers on them at all, and all of those bushes have come back. Hostas are growing, hydrangea is coming back. So it was worth it to cut everything down and to get an idea of what we had going on in this space. I am still saving this corner here for a rose bush, and then I still have to go down to the garden and I'm going to bring up 4 more plants. I am going to pick one of the lilies that's down there, one of the echinacea, one of the Rudbeckia, Black-Eyed Susan, and then I'm going to bring some bulbs, some of the daffodil bulbs from down yonder. So that's it. I think it'll look really full and really amazing by the end of summer, but even more prolific next year. Almost all of these are perennials. I got them from Home Depot. I didn't spend a whole lot because, as you know, we have a bazillion different varieties of flowers on this property. So I think the colors are going to look great. I got varied textures, things that will have varied heights. Some of them will get a little bit bigger than what you see here, but I am going to make sure that this is mulched every year and kind of contained. It was really, really wild at the beginning of the year, and I like how they each have their own little home. So that is the plan for this. We'll keep you updated on how it looks for the rest of the summer, but like I said, next year I just think this space is going to be phenomenal. All of these plants should come back up except the dahlias. So yeah, I'll probably plant annuals in this little space here every year. But that's it. The project's finally done. It took a little bit over a month, but I'm very, very happy with the outcome. So one more look. I'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching.